Okay, in that last, or in those last two sets, there was musical birthdays. And musical birthday started with John Waite, which we played the clip for Change. And then this is on Monday the 4th of July. John Waite turned 70 and we played his clip Change. Thomas Menzie Mensforth from Angelic Upstarts would have been 66. He died at 65 a year ago. Now I would have played Angelic Upstarts because I always thought they were punk rock, but then skinheads. In the video I was going to play the dude that had a Nazi sign right on his forehead, so no dice. Anyways, good songs though. After that, Kurt Pengele, the sax and background vocalist for INXS. His birthday was on that day as well, and he is 59. And we seen an early clip from INXS doing Don't Change. After that, okay, you guys see I never tell no story, so I'm going to tell a quick story, okay? Michael Sweet, the singer, guitar player from Stryper, turned 59 on the 4th, and his band formed in 83. Anyways, and I did a clip for them called Calling on You. And in 1984, I was living with my lawyer in Royal Oak for reasons I won't go into. I had to stay with Noonan for 2 years. And while I was living there, I seen the Oakland Press, and right on the front page was an article about Stryper. I had never heard of them or seen them before, but they had those yellow and black suits on, and you know my dad, Pops, he is a beekeeper. I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses there. Okay, so anyway, so that caught my eye, you know, and I'm reading about them, and they're Christian, and I'm like, what the? And anyways, they're going to play at the Royal Oak Music Theater, which honestly was 2 blocks from Noonan's house. I could have walked there. I didn't go, but that was my first introduction to Stryper. And then they were all over MTV after I seen that article, and they were actually kicking the other hairdo bands' asses. So anyways, Michael Sweet turned 59, 4th of July. The band formed in 83, and we seen Calling on You. Okay, it brings us to Tuesday the 5th. I'm going to ditch these glasses. Tuesday the 5th. 40 years ago on the 5th, Yes Did Don't Go. That slipped past me, or I'd have played the clip because of Alison Moyet and Vince Clarke. And then Huey Lewis turned 72. Michael Monach, guitar player for Steppenwolf, turned 72. Dave Hayward, the guitar player for Lady Antebellum, is 40. Okay, which brings us to Wednesday, July 6th. In 1984, Echo and the Bunnymen released the 3rd single off of Ocean Rain, which was 7 Seas, and the clip we seen. Okay, let me take that tear off. There we go. Laverne Andrews of the Andrews Sisters, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree with Anybody Else But Me. She was one of the 3 sisters. There was a sisters group, in case you never heard of them. My mom and dad had their records, that's how I know. Anyway, she would have been 111 on Wednesday the 6th. She died at 55 years ago. Bill Haley, he'd have been 97, but he died at 55 41 years ago. You remember him as 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock rock pump. Anyways, Graham Oliver, guitar player for Saxon, 70. John Keeble, the drummer for Spandau Ballet. Ba, 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 you know this must be true. 63. Nick Suster, singer for Jet. How You Gonna Be My Girl, I think was the name of that song. That was way overplayed on Z93. 43. I want to say the 6th, which takes us to the 7th. Doc Severinsen, Johnny's old band, Johnny Carson's old band guy on the Tonight Show, 95. And Funhouse, the Stooges' second album, was released on July 7th, 1970, and we seen TVI live. Ringo of the Beatles, Ringo Starr the drummer, 82. Larry Reinhardt, guitar player for Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, Mama. He would have been 74, but he died at 63 10 years ago. No way am I playing In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida clip. Jeez, oh, peace will be here all day. Anyways, that's a whole side of a record, for those of you that don't know that. In real life, it was the whole side 1 of the album. Holy moly, was that long. Even if you were high. Anyhow, that brings us to Friday the 8th. And in 1981, the Go-Go's released Beauty and the Beat, their debut album, and we seen Our Lips Are Sealed off of that. And J-Mo, the drummer for the Allman Brothers Band, turned 78. Carlos Cavazo, guitar player for Quiet Riot and Rat, turned 65. Toby Keith turned 61. Andy Fiedler, the keyboard player from Depeche Mode that we did the tribute for a couple weeks ago when he passed, he would have been 61 on Friday the 8th. Andy Fletcher, well, that was him, Andy Fletcher, not Fielder. Anyways, he died on May 26th is when that. Joan Osborne, What If God Was One of Us, 60. Beck turned 52, and we seen his clip, The New Pollution. Okay. Also, on Friday the 8th, R.E.M. in 1981 released the single Radio Free Europe. Guess I could have played that, huh? But what? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Anyways, Mitch Mitchell, that cool drummer from the Jimi Hendrix Experience. If you ever see old clips of Jimi Hendrix Experience, he's like really wild and stuff. He would have been 76. He died at 62 14 years ago. Which brings us, also on Saturday the 9th, Bon Scott would have been 76. But he died at 33, as we all know, 42 years ago. And we seen him doing a whole lot of Rosie with AC/DC. Okay. And then after, also on the 9th, Debbie Sledge of the Sister Sledge, We Are Family, 68. Mark Allman of Soft Cell, Tainted Love, 65. Man, I thought he'd be older than that. Okay, Jim Kerr, singer of the Simple Minds, 63. And we've seen a new song live by Simple Minds called First You Jump. Okay, Courtney Love, 58. Frank Bell, bass player for Anthrax, 57. Jack White, 47. And then we had Isaac Brock, the singer for Modest Mouse, turned 47, and we sing Float On. Which brings us to Sunday the 10th. Mavis Staples of the Staples Sisters, still at it, 83. Ronnie James Dio would have been 80, but he died at 67 12 years ago. Arlo Guthrie, the hippie folk guy, Alice's Restaurant, 75. Eric Cartwright would have been 72. He died at 66 5 years ago. He was a guitar player for Foghat. Rick Emmett, 69. He's the guitar player and singer for Triumph. I always thought of them like a bar band that got a record deal. But that's just me. Anyways, which brought us to Neil Tennant of the Pet Shop Boys. He turned 68, and we seen a live version that I never seen before with him and Lover voice, Dusty Springfield, doing What Did I Do to Deserve This. Also, on the 10th, Bella Fleck of Bella Fleck and the Flecktones, the banjo bluegrass jazz player. What a wanker. I got so excited. That was one of my pops, my dad's favorite. He dug Bella Fleck. I bought him a CD when he first seen him on Austin City Limits. Anyways, I didn't write his how old he is down. Wanker. Slipping. I hope you will still watch next week. Anyways, that brings us to Sandy West, drummer with the Runaways, which I was lucky enough to get that clip of her singing Wild Thing. Anyways, she would have been 63, but she died at 47, 16 years ago. And last but not least, we come to Jessica Simpson, 42. And that concludes musical history and birthdays for this week. Now, back to the show. I wasted enough time.